I'll be honest. I am annoyed.
Okay.
I am angry.
Yeah, you are annoyed. You are annoyed.
Because I've been trying to... The lengths I've gone to try to make this conversation happen, which happens every day, but just somehow putting mics in front turns out to be the most difficult thing in the world. Is like we either have to do it in like a boat in Italy, or we get to a flat in Edinburgh where we live together, and literally takes us 2 weeks to do it.
Yeah, but look at us now, fucking nailing it.
Yeah, until we get a phone call, be like, "You're late for your show."
I do have a show in an hour, so can't be here forever. You have a show also. We're doing Comedians of Europe, 2:30.
Yeah, people don't care about that.
Okay.
So how's so we're in the Edinburgh Comedy Festival, right? Pretty big arts festival.
The biggest. What do you mean pretty big?
Yeah, it's
the biggest arts festival in the world.
Yeah, but
you're in the mix, André.
But nobody knows about it. People don't know this exists.
But millions of people descend upon the city. From like I had people from Buenos Aires. I had people from America come over, LA, New York, Canadians, and like all over Europe. They come here. What do you mean people don't know?
They came on
Your
purpose.
idiot friends don't know because they're idiots, and my idiot friends.
What? But they came on purpose.
Yeah.
Wow. They came on purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
You're telling me people from Buenos Aires, with a destroyed economy, came on purpose to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is extremely expensive to come to.
Yeah, there's rich people in Buenos Aires, you know.
And they choose to spend their money by coming to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival?
And watch me specifically. Not you.
Yeah, and they came just to watch you.
Yeah, and then they left.
Well, they should go to Argentina maybe.
I should hit it.
You should really play all the Nazi communities out there.
Yeah. Do you know like Argentina has like amazing beef? Have you heard?
Yeah, that's a well-known thing about Argentinian like steakhouses are like a thing.
Yeah, no. Do you know
everywhere.
Why?
Why?
Because apparently,
really get comfortable. When you're talking about food, all of a sudden your eyes light up, don't they?
I'm awake. Apparently,
go on, Piggy.
When you not talking about cows now. Apparently, when the when the topography, the shape of the Argentinian land is very flat, so the cattle don't have to like work very hard to walk around. It's a flat field, so the meat isn't like just muscle. It's a bit fatty, so it's better meat because there's some fat in it. Because it's the flat.
So you're saying in other places the meat isn't that good because like the cows just got mad quads because they're just going up hills, and they'll be like, people are like, dude, this meat is too stiff.
Too stiff, not a muscle.
Because they've got like strong legs.
Yeah, they've got better legs, but not the cows.
So do you think like a disabled cow, like a cow that's been in a car accident, and be like, I can't feel my legs, they'll have the best meat?
Absolutely.
You think like if there's an accident, there's full of cows, and
like
and it crashes.
What's full of cows? Like a truck?
Like a truck.
A truck full of cows.
A truck falls off.
And they don't wear any seatbelts.
No seatbelts.
Okay.
And then they go, and like a couple of the cows died, but then there's a few of them who've like survived, but they're like, I can't feel my legs.
I'm never going to walk again.
I'm never gonna walk again.
And you're like,
and so obviously there's muscle dystrophy.
Yeah,
is that the word?
That's the word. Atrophy.
Yeah. Atrophy, right? Mm-hmm. So then, do they get like that sweet disabled meat?
That's right. Like Paralympics for cows. I'd watch that.
Do you think like cannibals would look at like a disabled person and be like, ooh, that's some sweet meat? Not
just a disabled. I think you really like bringing the tone down, actually, André. We're talking about top quality cattle here, and you're bringing disability into it. And that's a fellow disabled person. I just don't approve of it. So I think you should generalize it.
But like,
I would say like Edinburgh people, like too many hills.
Yeah.
Not delicious.
Them cows are strong.
Not delicious
What about in India where they're sacred? So like cows just
Edinburgh for cannibals. Anybody living in Edinburgh, you can't eat them. The calves are working hard. It's always up and down.
I know.
But
Lisbon as well.
The Dutch, delicious.
Yeah, and also known for their cannibals. I don't know why, but I do feel like there's a lot of cannibals. The ratio to cannibals to population in the Netherlands, I feel, is very high.
Let's look it up.
Are you gonna Google that?
I'm gonna Google that.
Wow.
Cannibalism in the
This
Netherlands.
would be like a. We don't even have a producer. We have to do our own Googling.
Cannibalism in the Netherlands.
Yeah, if there's one thing we're passionate about is facts.
Cannibalism. Oh my God. Cannibalism is legal in the Netherlands.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah, but it is illegal if it involves maltreatment or violates common decency. In 2011, two Dutch TV hosts, Dennis Storm, great name, and Valerio Zino, cooked and ate each other's flesh on the science program Guinea Pigs on the Dutch broadcaster BNN. The station claimed that the segment was taped in front of witnesses, that the men had a small piece of tissue surgically removed for the stunt. One of the presenters said that his motivation was a simple desire to know how human flesh tastes. Zeno described his piece of meat to be like eating a car tire. Do you know why? This guy probably cycles a lot.
Yeah. Which, by the way, let's just take. There's a lot to absorb there, right? So Dennis Storm and Valerio Zini, who before were clearly a porn double team that went
Dennis
into
Storm.
That went into mainstream TV. Eventually, when you get to like the 5th season of a show, you're like, God, I've got no ideas.
Yeah.
And you're there in the writers' room, be like, did you hear cannibalism is legal? And you'd be like, oh, I wonder what we could do with that. And then what part of the tissue did they eat? Oh.
This is making me...
Hey, whoever's doing the edit, pull up that clip.
Dutch TV hosts dine on fried human buttock. The butt.
The butt?
Yeah.
You'd think the butt would be good.
No.
Really? No, I think the butt would be the best.
No.
Some of the finest.
Thigh.
You're telling me Argentinian ass isn't some of the best ass there's out there?
Nah, thigh. Argentina.
Do you think a cannibal prefers like a fat person or like just like a thick? Where there's like
I think
like a South American.
you've made about sex now. I can see it in your eyes.
Honestly, when I start talking about cannibalism, sex and cannibalism just become intertwined.
And that's how it begins.
Next thing you know, you're on Dutch TV.
With Dennis Storm.
And Valeria Zina. And it'd be like, finally, a TV credit. What did I have to do? Just get them to eat a piece of my flesh. Would you ever try human flesh?
Yeah. I think our podcast, episode 5, when we run out of ideas.
I love it that you think we'll actually manage to sit down 3 more times.
We can. I believe in it. So yeah. Anyway, Dennis Storm. Do you think you watched Dennis the Menace and you went, I can do better?
No, I don't. But I'll tell you something about Dutch TV. They always come up with like the weirdest. They have great stunts. Do you know that video, that famous sketch that went viral of the guy that everyone thought was like a real thing about people who had like medical complications gone wrong in the voices?
No. Oh, or the laughter.
Yeah.
When they gathered many people that laughed weird.
No, people who had weird voices.
Right.
And the TV host is interviewing them.
Right.
About like essentially is about operations that went wrong, and all these people had like damage to their vocal cords. So one guy really talks like this, and it goes, I went in for the operation, and it all went terrible. And you could see like when he starts talking, the host just goes, and then for the guy's like trying to hold it together, but at one point he can't. He goes, yeah. And he goes, okay. And he's like trying to like not laugh. And he goes, so in what other areas of your life do you think this has affected you? It's affected a lot of areas of my life. My partnership with my partner, but it's not just the physical part that matters, it's the sweet talk too. And when he says this, the guy loses it. He's like crying with laughter, and the other guy's just like, I think this is very disrespectful. And he goes, ah. And every time they talk, and then they go to it's like the guy's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is very unprofessional. Let's take questions from the audience. And then there's a guy gets up and he's got one of those things to the throat.
It must be a sketch.
Yeah.
It's a sketch.
I also had a fucking thing to the throat and my surgery went wrong. And the guy's like,
it's a sketch, right?
Yeah. It's got, but I didn't know it was a sketch for years, because I don't think a lot of people did. So it went.
What do you mean? I just heard it. I'm like, it must be a sketch.
Yeah, I know when I tell it to you, but when you see it, it looks so real. And so, we're gonna pull up the clip so people can watch it, or put it in the description so people can check that out. But I tell you, for years, people just thought it was like a Dutch TV show, because it just looks like a Dutch TV show where the guy loses. Because at the end he says, I lost my job over this. I couldn't get a job. Now I'm doing like regional radio.
Dutch TV is what happens when drugs are legal.
And cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
It's
a dangerous combination.
That is a you got to give it up for the Dutch government. They're like, yeah, we'll make drugs legal, and then they're like, what about prostitution? Sure. And then they're all high, fucking prostitutes. Be like, what if we ate them?
This is wild take.
And then they go, let's make that legal. Is there anything in the Netherlands that's illegal? Do you know what's illegal in the Netherlands, actually? I know this one last time I was there doing a show. Spitting on the floor. That's where they draw the line. If you get caught spitting on the floor, you'll get a fine. But you'll be like, hey, as long as it's not a piece of human meat.
Spitting on the floor?
Yeah. In Singapore as well. Do you know in Singapore, when I went to Singapore, they had there's a board that says like 99 days without crime. And like if you jaywalk, you'll get like a massive fine. It's all super clean. Like I stayed in the ghetto, because Singapore is expensive. I stayed in Little India, and Little India, was very nice India.
Nice, but better than India, you think?
I think better than India. Little India was better than Big India. Much clean. Like it was super clean. Like. You can't spit on the floor and stuff, but I do think it's weird.
You can't chew gum in Singapore.
Yeah, I don't trust a country that goes 99 days without crime. That feels like a future movie or like a Black Mirror thing. I'm like, I don't know if it's because we come from disorganized countries, but I find peace in chaos. If something works too well, I'm suspicious.
I do too.
Like I go to Switzerland, I'm like, these people are like all pedophiles. The fact that the trains run on time, something's not adding up. You know what I mean? The trains run on time. They got Nazi gold. We're poor, but like our crime isn't like Illuminati crime.
No, it's just violent,
just petty,
personal,
one-on-one crime that you can like. Be like, go on, turn on the TV, be like, yep, that's definitely a problem.
I spoke to a comedian at the Fringe now, and I hadn't seen him in ages, and he had like cuts and bruises on his face. They said, what happened? He goes, I was walking on the street, and someone spoke to me. And then I ignored him, and he got angry, he punched me. And I went on the floor, and he knocked me out.
What?
And I was like, what, just random? And he went, yeah. I said, did they steal anything from you? She goes, no. And I'm like, got to respect that. That guy was out for violence, not for robbery.
Just the love of the game.
Take his phone. This is all we're doing this for, mate.
You just knocked him out for like no reason.
No reason.
Where was this? Here?
Here, yeah. Yeah. friend of
Dude,
mine.
I think the Scottish people hate the festival. They're just like, fuck you for being here.
Yeah, he just just punched him, knocked him out, and he woke up. All his money was there, his phone was there, and they just carried on with his life.
Is that better or worse?
It's way better. You want to wake up with your phone there.
Yeah, but you can't go to the police, be like, this guy punched me. Okay, so you want to file a complaint about the robbery? There was no robbery.
Yeah.
You punched me, and then the police would be like, what were you wearing?
Yeah, what did you do?
Were you asking for it? So like, I don't trust. The police wouldn't trust this story. You're telling me some guy punched you for no reason, didn't rob you, and left?
Yeah.
They'd ask follow-up questions.
Yeah, this guy is out there just knowing what he needs from life.
Or in the other eyes, be like, they'd go to the police and be like, all right, call the detective. It's the 4th case we've had like this week.
It's a serial puncher.
We've got a serial puncher out there in the streets. Then there's like flyers all over. You know, like people trying to warn performers. Hey, there's a serial puncher out there. Watch out. This is this description. And I'm like, I don't want your flyer. You know, don't flyer me.
Yeah.
I'm one of the performers.
So what you don't know is that at the Fringe, there's many flyers.
How many flyers do you think? There's hundreds. You cannot walk down the street without being flyed.
Hundreds of people flyering. So
For show.
like I printed 5,000 flyers, and I think that's like the average amount of flyers printed. Probably more for more people.
Yeah.
So if it's 3,000 shows, it's 5,000 flyers per show.
Yeah, all the print shops make their money this month.
It's crazy how much money they make.
They just all make money. I do think it's because here's the thing: is the people who flyer for shows in these festivals, they're often just students or young people who just came up, and they don't know what they're doing. I've been flyered for my own show.
You have?
Yeah,
And they didn't recognize you?
Last year, I was flyered for my own show, and then I listened to the pitch.
All right. What did they say?
They were like, "It's a great comedian, fantastic reviews. You got to go see him." He's like, "I think I'll be there," and and she was like, "Oh, that's great." And I'm like, "So what else can you tell me about the show?" Well, you know, it's a show about life, and I was like, "Oh yeah, and what else? Like, I'm interested. I want to go." Just
And your face is on the flyer.
yeah, my face is on.
You should have seen the face on the flyer.
is on the flyer.
So you should have seen the face on the flyer.
Yeah.
And then your face and gone, suspiciously similar looking people.
I know. And
Yeah.
he's asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But still, like she pitched me my own show, and I was like, I had to be there. But after she pitched it, I was like, I think I'm gonna go watch something else.
Yeah. Have I told you my story with the flyers last year? The year before? Was it 2 years ago? Great story. So I hired like 7 flyers before the Fringe, but I know by the first week I would have got rid of like 5 because most of them like shit.
Oh yeah, because you had a really weird guy.
So not a weird guy. So I turned up at the Fringe in 2022, and I'm doing my show, and the first day, so there's the road called Cowgate, right?
Yeah.
The main road, and then
Where all the cows famously get their quads.
yeah. So
They
there's
come out the gates.
So there's a road called Cowgate, and on Cowgate there's a road coming into Cowgate, a little path that leads to my venue last year called Mash House. So you're on Cowgate, you take a path that links with Cowgate, and that's where you go to my venue, right? So
Mash house is where then the cows get mashed.
are we doing this?
I can't get out. I can't get out of this. I'm stuck in the cow loop.
So I'm there, and I hired 3 people, and there was a guy turned up in a 3-piece suit. I'm like, why are you wearing a suit? He went, I just want to make a good first impression.
And
A 3-piece suit with a plastic bag, and the plastic bag were 4 cans of really strong, very cheap beer.
And he thought, if I wear the suit, you won't notice the cans of beer.
That I'm drunk.
If I wear the suit, you won't notice I'm an alcoholic. Now, do you think he actually did he make a good impression by wearing the suit, or did you just think?
I was thinking, why the fuck are you wearing a suit? Are you crazy? You're going to flyer people in the street with a suit? Like I'm on my lunch break from my business, high flying business job, but I never stop thinking about money.
Yeah, but you would stand out as well.
Yeah,
If you're flyering in a
but
three-piece suit.
he looked like a guy from Trainspotting.
Train spotting.
Yeah, he looked like a guy from Trainspotting. Put a suit on, and I mean, like the man looked like he's seen something.
He looked like a drug addict who found the suit.
Yeah, who has a suit for court. And
Yeah.
he's like, now it's also for flyering.
But also is like you got to give it up. If you've got a suit for court and you went for the 3-piece.
Yeah. And he was in his 50s and he kept calling me sir. Of course, sir. No, don't worry about it, sir. Yeah, no problem.
All
boss.
the while whilst having 4 cans of beer in his hand and a full suit being like, it goes,
So this guy turns
Your
up.
Honor, I'm very happy to be. You probably thought it was community service.
So this guy turns up. Second guy that turns up is a student who's hungover to shit. And I'm like, I understand that. It's fine. And the third person who turns up that I had booked that day is this Indian girl who's wearing sunglasses and a COVID mask. Now, it's a face-to-face thing with flyering. If you're wearing sunglasses and a COVID mask, people are not going to go, I'm going to have a conversation with this person.
And this was post-COVID.
2022.
Right.
Summertime, 2022.
What?
But I can't tell her, don't wear a COVID mask, because I don't know what the situation is at home.
But you can't tell her, lose the sunglasses. It's not that sunny.
So I'm thinking, maybe she has a technique. You never know. Let's see what they do. And I'd send these 3 wild, loose cannons out in the streets to drum up business. So they go out, they flyer, whatever. And the show's about to start. And I turn up, and there's 0 people there. 0. Which is mind-blowing, because you'd expect at least someone to have seen the show on the guide and go, I'm going to watch it. But not only did no one decide to see from the guide, 0, not even the flyers. So I turn up to the venue, first day of the Fringe, 0 sales, as you can imagine. Great day for George. What a start. And then I arrive, 0. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then I text the group. I had them put them in a group chat, And I'm like, hey guys, where are you? Can you come in half an hour early tomorrow to have a chat? And they're like, yeah, no problem. The next day, I'm looking for some fucking explanations. What happened? I turn up half an hour early. Guy turns up in a suit.
Same suit?
Yeah, of course. Student turns up, hangover again. And I said, hey guys, can I just, what happened? And the student goes, oh man, I lost the flyers 20 minutes in. And then I couldn't find your phone number. I had lost it. So I just went home. What? The guy in the suit says, you know what happened? Because it's been COVID, I'm not very comfortable with crowds. So,
But you decided to take a job at the largest arts festival in the world where
Yeah.
thousands of people descend upon the city.
Yeah.
But as soon as you show up for work, you're like, I don't think I'm comfortable with this.
and you went, I didn't like the crowds. I said, dude, it's...
Well, you should have been at the show then. There was nobody.
I said, dude, it's Thursday today. Thursday. The crowd, Saturday will be super busy. Like, what do you mean? He goes, no, I'll get used to it. It's my first day. Just give me a chance. I'll get, familiar again with crowds. And I was like,
I'll get familiar again with crowds.
and I was like, okay, all right. I'm a first guy. Hey, here's my phone number. Here's the flyers. If you lose them, just let me know. Please don't put them in the bin.
Could you...
First guy, right?
Would you maybe put like an Apple tracker on the flyers?
I should. Second guy. I give them the flyers. I'm like, dude, if you don't like crowds, maybe go to the cafes or the benches. People sit down. Not much of a foot traffic, and just talk to them and tell them about the show. And I'm like, where's that fucking bitch? Where's she? She hasn't turned up. That Indian girl. Where is she? And I'm like, where the fuck is she? I wait and I wait. She's not there. And then I leave the mash house. I walk to the cow gate, and I'm like, and I ring her. I'm like, hey, where are you? And she went, I'm here. I'm like, where are you? And I look up and down, and of course I recognize her. It's a brown woman wearing sunglasses and a COVID mask. Yeah, I recognize this face.
It's a distinct look.
Yeah, I've seen it yesterday. And she comes up, and I'm like, hey, how was yesterday? She went, yeah, very good. Now, you gave me any flyers? She went, yeah, people really engaged. Did they? Because the numbers are just otherwise. She went, yeah, but it's first day, we'll get it right. And I said, why are you not at the venue? Where I was waiting for you. She says, I am at the venue. Like, no, this is Cowgate. This is not where the venue is. The venue is. She goes, I'm at the venue. I said, where's the venue? And she looks up and down Cowgate. Bear in mind, she looks left to the Cowgate and right to Cowgate, but the venue is behind us. It's not on Cowgate. So she looks left, she looks right, she looks then down left again, and she went, that way? And I went, no. The venue is behind us. It's not on Cowgate. She goes, oh, okay. I said, what's the venue called? She went, what do you mean? The venue I'm performing. What's it called? She goes,
I love.
She goes, I don't know. Tonic? I'm like, it's called just a tonic. That's the organizer. But what's the room? What's the venue? She went, I don't know. And I went, what's my name? She goes, excuse me? Like, my name? What's my name? What's my name? And she goes,
What's my name?
my show was called.
Say my name. Say my name.
The show was called How I Nearly Met Your Mother, and it was the work in progress for them, for what I called eventually Wonderland.
Yeah.
And so it was a work in progress, right? So I said, what's my name? She goes, Greek? I said, you think my name is Greek? And she goes, she goes, it's on the flyer, is it? Not yet, it's on the flyer. Don't look at it now, though. Just tell me what my name is. She goes, I'm drawing a blank. I'm like, okay. What's the show called that you're flyering? She went,
Dude, if she doesn't know your name, did you think she was going to know the name of the show?
But now I'm enjoying this. And the thing is, who's watching this interaction? Sid Singh is watching this interaction, an Indian comedian, right? He's watching me talk to another Indian person who's a fucking idiot. And he's watching this. He's not, from a distance. I'm like, yo, what's my name? She goes, I'm drawing a blank. I said, my name is George. I met you on Facebook. We had Facebook conversations. Like,
how did you meet these people in the first place?
I put an advert on Facebook groups.
On like a marketplace or?
No, in Edinburgh related Facebook groups. So I said, okay, so listen, my show is called How I Nearly Met Your Mother. It's about a relationship gone wrong. And my name is George, and the venue is Mash House. She goes, okay. I said, you think you can talk about to people about this day? She went, yeah. I'm like, all right. Just go up the street, Tron, like a Bunky Barrel, go up the street and flyer up there, right? Like flyer people up the street and up there. Then me and Sid are watching her walk up the street, 200 meters, made it all the way up, past 100 people along the way, gave 0 flyers to no one. And I turned to him and I'm like, what am I going to do with her? And he went, it's a tough one. I would stand up for my people, but he seems like an idiot. Do you know what I did? I kept her for 5 more days.
You kept her for 5 more days?
I can't fire people. Like, I fired her at the end.
How did you fire her?
I said, I won't be anything tomorrow. She went, okay, about the day after. I'm like, not then also.
Do you think would you have fired her? Be like, listen, this is very hard for me. You know me.
I'm a great guy.
Yeah.
What's my name?
What's my name?
Oh,
Or maybe when you did fire her, after all that time, she went classic George.
and then the second guy, the student who was hangover, he quit the second day. He was like, man, it's not for me. The third guy with a 3-piece suit, I saw him aggressively talk to people on the street. No, you have to come to see the show. It's amazing. Come. No. You come with me. Come with me. Just drag people in the room. And I was like, this is...
It's a Ronnie type.
Yeah, he gets people in, but he's very aggressive. And then he was like flyering, but the guy was like loose, and I was scared of him because he was like, there was a weird edge to him. But he was also super nice. So I was like, he's done some things, but he's super nice. So I didn't know what to do. And one day I said, hey man, I found Maria, who was a great flyer for me for 2 years. The blonde girl I had for 2 years.
I remember her.
And I was like, Maria's doing a great job. I don't need this guy anymore. And so to him, hey man, I don't need anybody else. I got this girl who's very, very good. I can't afford more flyers. So I think, this is it. And she went, yeah, okay. And then the next day, I'm on the street and he's flyering for me. And I said, what are you doing? And he goes, I don't want any money. It's just nice to be out of the house. So he
really overcame his fear of crowds.
Yeah, he flyered for me. And then at the end, he came to my show. He brought like 5 people. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I have to pay you. And then he got himself rehired.
I mean, listen, sometimes it is good to not take no for an answer.
Yeah, nailed it. Got himself rehired. Did the whole month.
Do you think, the day he got fired, he went home with his suit, you looked himself in the mirror and like, hey, you get out there tomorrow. And you show Tonic what you're all about. You let Greek know that you mean business.
But yeah, this was my flyer situation.
Do you think he was like, in that morning, he was like putting on his suit. He's like, kind of like, like American Psycho in the mirror going, all right, you got this. You are a lean, mean flyering machine. You're a lean, mean flyering machine. You're a lean, mean flyering machine. He's out there. You got to come watch the show. Because that reminds me of Ronnie, which, by the way, Ronnie is, to let people know, is like, I mean, we got to maybe have Ronnie on the podcast.
Yeah, just in case he commits serious crimes.
Ronnie is, I say friend.
Yeah, he's a friend.
He's a friend. He's also one of the craziest, wildest people we know, who came up as a market salesman all over the world. He's an Irish guy who was discovered selling brooms in Australia, and then they put him on those like TV channels in America, like at 3 a.m, where they're out there to be like, this is the ultimate Irish potato peeler. Your grandma's going to love it. Doesn't matter if she's got arthritis or whatever it is. She's going to love the Irish tomato ultimate peeler. This is a Ronnie Neville. He's one of those guys. But he's a fantastic salesman. I mean, he flyered for our friend Amos last year.
Sold out the show.
And got him 50 people. Because all of the people that are flyering, they're not salespeople, so they don't know how to sell.
Ronnie was very good.
And he just started screaming in the streets. And I think Ronnie's strongest point is that he has absolutely no shame. He's got no self-awareness, and that is one of the key things if you're going to be a salesman. And now he did such a good job flyering for Amos that he got himself his own show at the Fringe with the same promoter. And he's now doing a bigger room than our friend because he's so good at flyering. He just gets...
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Gets people in.
It's fantastic. It's a great gathering of weird people in the Fringe.
Yeah. The weirdest of them all kind of gather here. And we'll definitely get Ronnie in for the next or one of the next couple of episodes. He's We'll probably have to subtitle it though. Do you remember when we went to see Ronnie's show? So he does stories. He's an Irish storyteller, as he calls it. So me, George, and my ex-girlfriend, who was didn't speak English as well as we do, but she had good enough English. So we all decided to go. And 5 minutes in, I mean, I've spoken English my whole life. I perform in English. Most of my friends are English. 5 minutes into that show, I was like, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
It was very amusing to me.
It was
because I could understand what he was saying, but I was looking at you and Esenia, and you looked so insanely lost. And also,
I looked like she looked all the time.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was very funny. So okay, we'll go watch Ron. We'll talk about this when Ron is here.
Yeah.
What else is happening in this festival? When you had many auditions. You auditioned for.
Oh yeah, I've that's right. During this festival, I've had to do a lot of self tapes, and so during the breaks, which are not many, like I'm averaging about 5 shows a day, so there's not a lot of time. But whenever I do have time, every now and again, I get a phone call or an email saying, "Hey, you got to do this audition," and so I asked the guys here at the house to help me. I've auditioned for mostly military roles. Lately.
You were the head of Brazilian security, right?
That's right. I auditioned to be the Minister of Defense in Brazil, who's also a hardcore military, and as the characters thing said, extremely intimidating Brazilian men. Now,
that's not Andre.
Yeah,
I can't believe you did this audition. Like I remember Amos was saying, first off, he hasn't learned his lines, and secondly, he shouldn't because he's never going to get it.
Yeah, I'm also surprised when they sent me. I mean, I am disappointed in the casting agent for that show.
Have I told you? I've done TV once, and it was the worst experience of my life.
Really? Was it on Dutch TV?
Yeah. So there's a girl called Emma Siddy who's now doing a show at the Fringe this year. She gets like rave reviews. She's an actress, character comedian, and she did. I had never met her, but one day my agent says there's a job for you at Sky to be like a person on a sketch on. It's called Sky Shorts. It's like 5-minute shorts that the person writes and directs, and they act in it, and they go on Sky. And then do you want to do it as a job for you? I was like, yeah, well, why not? Fuck it. It sounds fun. And basically, the story was 2 girls went to Greece when they were 18 years old. They had a lot of drugs, a lot of drinks. They fucked a lot, right? And now they are 28, and they decide to revisit their first holiday. And when they revisit the first holiday, one of them is still in the same mood. She wants to fuck and do drugs and whatever. But the other one is like, I'm not into that anymore. Just want to read a book by the beach. And one day, this girl who's like into like partying and everything, she goes out, hooks up with a guy, and then the other girl is telling her, that's disgusting, I can't believe you hooked up with him. Like he was like barely he was a fucking child, and you fucked him, that's horrific. And the next day, they have a fallout. The girl who always wants to be quiet goes out, and then comes back and brings the same guy back. Right? And I'm that guy.
You're the guy.
I'm the guy. And I'm like a Greek guy.
Well, that's mad because whenever I was with you in Greece, you couldn't get laid if your life depended on it.
No, I couldn't. Only in the movies. So
yeah.
So
only in fictional Greece.
So my line was, this girl goes out, the wild girl goes out, and the quiet girl stays home, and she brings a guy home, the quiet girl. And the wild girl comes out from a night out after they fought, and she went, I'm sorry if we argued, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, hey, and she turns on the lights, and the other girl is hooking up with the guy. She goes, you brought him back? You fucking bitch. And then they have an argument, and that's it. And then they sit down, and they start crying, and they go, I don't know why we argued, I'm sorry. And it was a very funny shorts. My job was to, when they hook up, for me to look back and go, hey, to her. That was my line. Hey. That was my only line.
That was it?
Hey. But They were like, do you can you say hey? And I was like, am I saying hey like I recognize you? Or am I saying hey like, do you want to join us in this threesome? Or am I saying hey like I'm drunk, I don't know who you are? And she went, yeah, it's kind of like a drunk hey. And I was like, drunk hey, like cheeky hey? Or like, she was like, just try a few. And Andre, I did 50 takes of me saying hey. And I would turn around and go, hey. And she go, can you just draw it out a little bit more like hey? And I was like, okay. Another take, hey. And she was like, no, can you like do it like a bit more like sultry? Like, hey? Yeah, hey. 50. Do you know how fucking stupid you feel when you keep saying hey? Like, is it even a word? What the fuck is this?
You sound like one of those disabled cows from the accident. You go, hey.
And I kept going, hey, hey. Like, and then we go, can you just do it a bit more drunk? And I go, oh, hey. No, like, you kind of recognize her? Hey. No. This, can you this? I hated myself. I hated myself. So much.
But at least...
And I just, because at one point you just don't even know if you're saying
So
anything.
which hey made the cut?
I do the scene, right? Eventually, 50 takes. I said, I did 50 takes. They just got okay, one more. And I'm like, I bet they're thinking, this guy's a retard. She can't say hey. He's a nakta. And I never met Emma City, but the other girl I know, she's a comedian. So I'm embarrassing myself in front of her friends who's trying to be super supportive. Hey, you can do this. You can say hey.
Hey, you can do this.
But the problem is, if you have more lines, you can relax. But this is my one shot.
Yeah. I do think it's really hard when you're that guy who just has one line.
One line.
You overthink the line.
Yeah, for so much. So I'm going, hey. I despised myself the entire time. And then I have another scene when I roll up a cigarette and they're crying. And they go, I'm sorry, I'm blah, blah, blah. And camera turns to me and they go, why are you still here? I'm like, oh. And they go, leave. And I just get up and leave. That was it. I was so insanely traumatized by this that I was invited to the premiere and I never went. Because I was like, I don't want to know what hey they picked.
So to this day, you don't know what
I have
hey?
not seen it.
What's the short called?
I went to...
Hey.
I went to...
You're like the guy in the room.
I went to my friend's house once and she had Sky TV and she had recorded a few shows to watch and they hear like Sky TV Planner, one of them was that the particular short. And I'm like, why are you watching this? She went, I was told it's funny. And she was like, shouldn't we watch it together? I'm like, no. She goes, why? I'm like, I'm in it.
I can guarantee you it's not funny.
I'm like, no, the girls were very talented and the writing was very good. It was a great short.
It was just you.
But just me, to this day.
You cost Sky
to £500.
So much money. No, the takes.
The takes.
It costs so much money. Dude, I do like I don't do like a lot of auditions. I do quite a few auditions. I've never landed a job, by the way, but I remember which, by the way, right before I came to the Fringe, I had to audition for this other military role. And I really thought I'd nailed this one. I was like, oh my God, I killed it, right? I spent like 3 hours on it. I knew the lines. It was a sort of like military guy, but like a really go happy, really dumb.
Go happy.
Like, a sort of dumb.
Happy go lucky.
Happy go lucky.
Go happy.
Yeah, a go happy.
He's a go happy.
Yeah. So, as you could see, the character was perfect for me. He's a sort of dumb, they call it himbo.
Oh, himbo, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a show called Himbo at the Fringe right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I feel like I really nailed this. So I sent the tapes to my agent. And then the next day they called me and they said, this is horrible. We're going to need you to like record everything. And this was like 3 pages. So I was like, this is a lot. I'm about to go to Tomorrowland. I'm in Tomorrowland. I can't do it right now. So I had to, before I came to the Fringe, I had to go into the office. They're like, come into the office. We will record with you. So I had to go into the agency's office so they could supervise my audition and be like, we do think you're great for this role, but you're doing it too much. You're being too himbo.
I don't
Dial it
imagine
down.
you being a good actor.
You don't think I could be a good actor?
No. No.
That's hurtful. I think I could
You'd be like you're influenced by Seinfeld, even in the acting ability.
Wow. No, I think I could be a good. You know, I went to acting school for a year.
But just because you've been to school doesn't mean you're good.
Well, I got in.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people are trying to get in?
You're very good looking. That's why.
No, there are better looking people than me. Well, they're on TV now, and I'm here.
I don't think you'd be a good actor.
I think I could.
not, every time I've seen you act, I'm like, this is not going to work.
When have you ever seen me
In
act?
auditions and stuff.
What auditions?
I've seen you in auditions.
What auditions?
I don't remember, but I remember thinking, this is not good. I'm not. I'm not buying this. No,
I think I've asked my acting agents at the agency.
Yeah.
I have like 3, but I've only met 1.
Yeah.
So they just send me emails, and I was like, once we were here at the Fringe, I was like, hey, do you think I could be a good actor? She goes, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but of course they tell you that. But you won't be a good actor. Be surprised. Not terrible.
No,
What is this?
my wife. I think I could be like that guy who shows up at the end of a porn. You know, his wife's getting fucked by some random, like,
Yeah, I believe that. Do you know why? Because in porn, no one cares about the acting. You can get that job.
yeah. Which actually is one of my dream jobs to get. I'd love to be a guy who's like in the scene of a porn but doesn't do any of the porn. The guy who leaves before the sex or shows up after. But by the way, let me tell you my worst ever audition, right? So I got. Listen, I've been in a movie. When I was 18, I was in a movie for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I had a line.
Yeah. What movie is that?
It's a Portuguese movie called Sete Pecados Rurais.
And what is it about?
I'm not sure the plot. It is these 2 characters.
Yeah.
They were like famous characters in Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they. Sorry, are you texting while I'm telling you my acting resume?
No, I'm trying to find the movie, but also there's something else I want to tell you about that I forgot. I made a note. But tell me about the thing.
So I don't know the plot exactly, but it was directed by a very famous actor, like a very well-known, respected actor. But the movie was horrible.
And how are you?
But it made it onto Netflix. So for a while, I had it on my poster as seen on Netflix, like my 2 seconds.
That is your credit?
My Netflix credit?
Yeah?
Yeah.
2 seconds?
Yeah. And then I kind of have to be like, oh, can I really 2 seconds? Is that allowed?
Are you still on Netflix?
I think the movie's moved on to HBO.
Well, sounds like you're going to get an HBO credit now.
And you know, it's funny. It was like when I had a meeting with HBO, I'd be like, oh, do I know the platform? I'm in it, baby. I'm a regular. No, so I ended up taking it off because it was horrible. But it was so funny because I went to the movies with my parents and be like, I'm in this movie. And then it's like, if you blink, you miss it. And I think my parents missed it. They're like, we're at the end. It's like, we didn't see you. And I was like, and I had to like eventually wait for the movie to come out on YouTube, get the whole family, look for the second I'm in, get the whole family there, press play. That's me in the fair saying, gather round, gather round.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow. Yeah.
So, you know, I booked that job.
Yeah.
And
But how many people are in Portugal that have like a nice English accent?
oh, this was in Portuguese.
Portuguese?
Yeah, so there's many people in Portugal who have a better Portuguese accent than me.
Who can say gather round?
Yeah.
All right, well done.
Yeah. But
Well done.
listen,
Do the line.
I understand.
Do the line.
I understand.
Do the line.
I don't remember.
You can say gather round in Portuguese?
He was just like a sort of specific.
Be excited. Be a fair person with it. Invite me on your ride.
To my stand. It was like it was my stand. Venha tentar a sua sorte. Venha tentar a sua sorte.
Terrible.
Carney.
Terrible. This is not. Do it better. You can do better. Do it again.
I don't want to do it again.
Do it once more. But like I want you to put some soul into it.
Senhoras e senhores, venham tentar a sua sorte. Aqui pode ganhar.
It was better.
It was better
Still bad.
because you don't understand
Still bad.
the thing. My worst.
I'm not buying it. I'm not going to come to your stand like this. You sound aggressive.
Dude, I feel is I will mostly.
You're a terrible actor.
I'll mostly like
Terrible.
I'm not terrible.
Terrible actor.
Dude, I swear I'm okay. I also know I'm not great.
Yeah, for sure not great.
No. There's no Robert De Niro here.
No. Don't do this. Do not. Don't do it. Andre, don't do this. Don't do this. No.
You talk.
Oh, Christ. I will walk away from this.
You talking to me?
I'm not doing another recording. I'm not doing another. Stop.
You talking to me?
Stop. I'm not doing another
There's nobody
recording.
else here, so you got to be talking to me.
I'm not talking to my girlfriend.
Okay, so I because I have I've practiced Robert De Niro a lot. I do Robert De Niro every day.
Yeah, you do on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a joke. It's very funny.
You do it like Seinfeld would do Robert De Niro.
So I'm a great Seinfeld.
A fantastic Seinfeld.
But by the way, this is a thing that's been perpetrated within our group of friends that I'm sort of a Seinfeld. I don't think that's true at all.
You're 100% Seinfeld.
I'm not Seinfeld.
Doesn't matter. It's okay. He's very successful.
Yeah, but I'm not Seinfeld.
You are.
But in the cadence or in the angles?
A cadence. 100%.
Yeah, the angles, they're not Seinfeld.
No, you have no angles.
Zero angles.
Yeah, you're angle-less.
Yeah. But the cadence.
Wow.
Oh,
You're all about it.
you got so much cadence, but no angles. What are you going to do?
There you go.
I knew, yeah, but I was doing it on purpose, you know? You got to have the cadence and the angles. If you got no cadence, what's the point with the cadence?
There you go. Are you happy we're doing the podcast now?
Oh, dude, we've been trying to do this forever. I think, we've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
It's funny when you find a new close friend later in life.
Yeah.
It's particularly for you. Later in life. Because you think your friends are like...
I'm very capable of making close friends.
No, you're very like...
Yeah.
You're either... here's the thing. You're a very divisive person.
I'm not.
You
I'm
are.
very pleasant.
People either hate you or really like you.
But very few hate me.
George, I've traveled the 7 seas. And I have met people in every country that hate you. Like, listen, we will have this conversation when we have our other friend on, and we can discuss how tough it is being your friend.
Okay.
Because the amount of defending we have to do. Listen, there's some real acting out there when I go, George, he's a good guy. He's great.
Wasn't real acting, you mean it.
Yeah.
No, so...
but listen, but let me tell you this. Right before my worst ever audition, right? There was a moment where I was like, I gotta do something. I had an audition for an Audi commercial, and the audition was I had no lines, but I was a paparazzi in the middle of there would be like several paparazzis, and it's sort of in front of a casino, and like a celebrities coming out of like the Audi, and when they open the door, all the paparazzis.
What kind of Audi has celebrities in it?
What, you don't think celebrities ride in Audis? Are you mad? What, an Audi R8 or an Audi like...
Yeah, but this is not...
Or like the executive A8 version?
No one advertises R8 on TV. It would be like Audi...
Audi A8, the executive luxury version, is like a fucking sort of, like below the Maybach. The Mercedes.
So that was the advert, A8?
I think so. Are you asking me about the specifics of the car? I don't know.
Sounds like a bullshit advert. Anyway.
So I was auditioning to be one of the many paparazzis.
Yeah.
Right? So I go in. I don't even go in by myself in the room. So there's like 5 of us. We're all just standing in the line, and they go, and the casting director's like, all right, so here's the scene. The celebrity you've been wanting to get a photo of is finally coming out of the car. You're all fighting with each other to get the shots. And then you're just trying to get as many shots as you can. You know, you want to get that gold shot, you know, the beautiful shot of the celebrity coming out of the car, right? And action. And then you just see 5 people with no cameras going, making the noise. And I'm like, you can hear the casting director be like,
There's no
you
fighting.
want the shot.
There's no fighting.
You
should be pushing and edging people.
Yeah, I know, but the casting director's like, faster on the camera, and I'm like, and you go, you're edging each other. So then it's me and 4 other guys going, making the noise, just pushing each other on like a fake camera. At one point, I don't even know what angle the camera was. I just kept thinking, this is so sad, and I'm not gonna get the role, and I didn't.
Yeah, look, if during the audition you start getting sad, you lost the audition.
Yeah. I was like, and then the 5 of us walk out like cattle, and then the next 5 go in, and I just thought, oh, so because being an actor, I think
When you walked out, did you turn to the other guy? You go, here's my camera.
the clicker's a bit fucked. And he goes, oh, don't worry, I brought my own. I think acting is so tough because you're always just waiting for the phone to ring. Like actors really prepare the auditions for 3 days, and comedians are like, I'll do it in my 1 hour break in between shows.
Yeah, that's why you never get it.
No, because I think sometimes when you overthink it, you're worse. I say that, but I've never booked a job, so.
What are you talking about? What the fuck do you know?
I might be horribly wrong. Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. When I wrote that script about being an escort.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a good actor in that.
Yeah, I don't think they would cast you in your own script.
Do you know
they'd be like, it's a good script, but
you know they did ask.
We need someone good.
They did ask me when I had when the script got like a little bit of interest, I had to go to these meetings, and they were like, we really like the story, we like the character. Would you consider selling the IP, and then we would cast somebody else? And I said no.
And here you are now with me.
Yeah.
You could have been a TV writer.
No,
because they saw your potential for acting, and they were like.
They didn't see the potential for acting. I didn't audition.
No, but they saw it. They saw you.
You just told me You just told me I'm pretty.
Yeah.
To play myself as a struggling Portuguese immigrant, good looking enough to be an escort, and it's like I think that's a niche role.
It is a niche role for a good actor to perform. You know who you would be in that sitcom, in that TV show, is one day the Portuguese guy is fucking the wife, and the husband comes in and he goes, huh?
Well, there was actually an episode where the husband and the wife hire a guy, and the husband just watches the guy.
A surprise face you put there here?
But I wasn't even surprised.
Your dream role?
Yeah, I was just sitting on the chair looking.
How thought you have done it once?
What, for acting or?
No, real life.
Real life?
Do you know the story?
I think maybe you've told me, but tell me again.
So, I mean...
Do you think you'd be a good actor? No, you wouldn't be a good actor.
I don't know.
I think the best chance, by the way, of us being actors is if we become such huge comedians.
Well, that's it then. That's half of the picture. Let's move on to the story.
Because that's how a lot of comedians become actors, because they're so big. They're like, we want you to just be you.
Yeah. Like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or all the others. Who was like a comedian but also a good actor? Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, for sure.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy.
He's a good actor.
Adam Sandler.
Sometimes.
Uncut Gems, he was amazing.
Yeah, Uncut Gems, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So Adam Sandler, he's got acting chops.
Yeah, he's got acting chops for sure. Because every actor goes through that. Every comedian
goes
through.
and bar.
Oh, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Great.
Amazing.
Oh.
There you go.
You ever seen that documentary?
Yeah, I've seen that one. It's great.
Okay, tell your story.
So I'm in Amsterdam, and I'm in
And
this.
you just finished your meal.
Yeah. And then I'm in this naked spa in Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, that's not a sexual thing. It's like families go.
What, and was it a naked spa before you went in, or or was it just a spa that you're like, I'm about to fuck shit up?
It's a naked spa 4 days a week. Mother for me. 24/7, 7 days a week, 365.
Hey, every spa is a naked spa if you believe in yourself.
So I'm there, and I'm with a friend of mine, Tom. Actually, we'll have to scratch the story. let's go again.
So you're in a naked spa with nobody.
I'm in a naked spa, and I'm having.
Edit, no. Cut that part when he said the name of his friend.
I can't say my friend is here because.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. No, so the story is I'm in Amsterdam. I'm in a naked spa, and I'm with a friend. We're chilling out, and we had some space cakes, bit high. And this woman comes in, and she's like, I'd say late 40s, and back then I'm 30, exactly 30, right? 30, 32 maybe. And then she's like late 40s, but she's stunning, gorgeous. And she comes in, everybody's looking at her. She's naked, she's hot. And she comes in the jacuzzi and sits right next to me. And we're in the water, like our toes touched a bit. Like you don't think anything of it, right? You touch toes, it happens. Of course, I'm not an idiot. I've left my foot in the exact same spot in case she looks for it again. And if my toes touch again the next 10 seconds, oh, it's on. Also, I'm very high. You have to realize, I'm very high. And I'm thinking, it's on. So, our toes touch again. And she's going, oh, sorry, whatever. I'm like, okay. And then she puts her hand down and she brushes my leg. And I'm like,
forget the toes.
Yeah.
Where is the leg?
Yeah, on the leg. And then I put my hand down, and they're like, and our hands touch on the back. Then she strokes my hand. I'm like, fuck, this is happening. And then her hand reaches over, but it's a jacuzzi. There's like 10 people in the jacuzzi, but the bubbles, you can't see anything. So she starts jerking me off in the jacuzzi. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. And then she grabs my hand and she puts it on her pussy. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't think it's the polite thing to do.
Yeah, of course.
This is a clear invitation. It'd be rude. It'd be rude.
It would be rude not to, yeah.
So we're still like jerking each other off.
And is she doing a good job?
Yeah. But on the outside, I'm like, I've got to say something. And I went, where are you from? And she goes, Hungary. I'm like, Hungary? She goes, yeah. I'm like, and at that time, in Hungary, they had these immigrants from the Asia that were coming in, and there was
from the Asia,
from Asian countries, and there were like there were scenes of reporters like tripping immigrants over as they're coming in, and like it was a big situation, and I was like, what's the migrant situation like in Hungary? She went, what? I'm like, never mind.
You asked about the immigrant situation in Hungary while she's jerking you off and you're fingering her.
And then she goes, you have a girlfriend? I'm like, it's a bit late for that. But I don't. And then she goes, you want to come to my room? Room 105. And I went, yeah. And she went, don't worry. My husband, okay with it. Your husband? Don't worry. She gets up and leaves. And my friend goes, God, it's really hot. Like, I'm going to fuck you. Right now. He goes, what? I'm like, I've been invited to your room. I'm going to fuck you. He goes, right now. I'm like, give it a couple of minutes before I get out of here. So eventually, I get out, and on the way to the room, I'm like, I need to get a condom somewhere. And I look around for a condom machine, nowhere. And I have 10 euros in my pocket. And I'm like, I can't find a condom machine anywhere. I'm like, there's no condoms. If they have no condom, That's me getting out of there, right? So I go in, I knock on her door, she opens the door, and she goes, kiss me, kiss on the cheek. She goes, come in. And I go in, and the husband is like 70. The guy is so rich. Do you know sometimes you can tell people are rich from like the hair?
Yeah.
The hair is like fluffy.
Yeah.
It's like rich man's hair.
Yeah.
So this guy
And
has...
also, I feel like old dudes letting you fuck their wives is a specifically rich old dude
Oh, yeah,
activity.
yeah.
There's no poor old guy coming in and be like, come fuck my girl,
Yeah.
come fuck my wife.
No. And then I come in, and then she's like sat on the bed, and he shakes my hand. And I go, what's your name? I was George. What's your name? He told me whatever his name was. I said, where are you from? He went, Portland. And I said, what's the micro situation like in Portland? And then he says, you like my wife? No, yeah, man, she's hot. He goes, you want to have sex with my wife? I said, yeah.
Wow, this is a very forward-thinking Polish man.
I said, what will you do? He goes, me, nothing. In the corner, I watch. That's okay with you? Dude, that's the best case scenario. The last thing I want to do is have sex, have a threesome with a 70-year-old. So you sit there. So we start making out with the girl. It's great. And this guy is not even like playing with himself. He's just wearing the robe in the corner, just watching.
In the robe.
In the robe.
The
like
hotel
not even
robe.
naked, just like in hotel robe. Watching. And then
His balls hanging
and,
out.
And then like I went down on her for a bit. She goes down on me, and I went, you have a condom? She goes, like a condom, you have a condom? She went, what is condom? Like, you don't have a condom? And the guy goes, we have a condom. So he gets up, goes around the bed, opens a drawer, takes a condom out, and hands it to me over the bed. And he says, here you go, enjoy. I'm like, man, I'm a Greek guy in Amsterdam having sex with a Hungarian woman, and her Polish husband just gave me a condom. So you can, God bless the EU.
This is the advert for the European Union
this
that is never like,
This is
the equivalent of like a university brochure when they put all those kids in the front to like show diversity.
So anyway, we finished whatever, right?
And the whole time he didn't
do anything. So we did what we did. We finished, and then I'm like, I have to go back to my friend. I have a flight to catch in 4 hours, right? And then I'm like, I have to get out, and like I didn't know what to say. Honestly, I was like, I don't know how to finish the thing. How do you finish it, right? The guy is there, I fucked his wife. What do I say? But the guy kind of, I don't know if you meant to make the joke, but he went, thanks for coming. I'm like,
Thanks for having me.
thanks for having me. And you, thanks for coming also. And then I thought I should make a joke. And I said, that would be 20 euros. It's a fucking ridiculous amount of money to ask for this. I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
I said, that'd be 20 euros. And then he goes, okay. So he goes his wallet. And he tries to find money. And he didn't have any, he only had 50s. Right? He goes, 50 okay? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, 1 second. And I got in my pocket and I get the 10 euro note I had from earlier on. And I gave it to him. And I was like, I'm a prostitute.
Oh my God, you have been a prostitute. That is great.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic story. You have been a prostitute.
And on that note, we have a show in 15 minutes.
Okay, we have a show. I gotta tell you my Amsterdam story.
Yeah, next time. We need to go. I need to ring an Uber.
Okay. All right. Until next time.
Very funny. I enjoyed it. We can do more of this. let's try again for tomorrow. This same time. No, tomorrow I have writing, Friday.
And I can see it slipping away.
No, you can tell me your story, I promise. I will listen.
No. We got to do more for sure.